Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake, and what we're going to make are butterscotch cookies. This particular recipe, well, it came to me from a friend that was actually Amish, and this was her recipe, and I think it is a good one. So let's get started. First, let's start off with 2 cups of brown sugar. And I'm going to put that into my mixing bowl. I do find that the stand mixer is actually the best for this recipe because the dough gets quite heavy. The cookie won't be heavy, but the dough does, so the cookie dough. So I think the stand up is the best. Now once you get that brown sugar in there, you're going to have 3 eggs, and that's how many you need. And I'm going to put just 1 in at a time and beat it with the brown sugar. There's the second one. And now the third one in. And just beat that till it all comes together and it's smooth. Now the next thing that you're going to be putting in is 1 cup, and I'm using solid shortening. Now if you don't like shortening, well, I have never made this recipe, to be honest with you, with butter. But you can go ahead if you want to give it a try, but I am using 1 cup of solid shortening. And of course that can be your name brand that we're all used to, or an off-brand. And then just beat now that shortening in with the wet ingredients. I'm going to raise my speed a little bit. And again, beat it till you know that it's well combined. Okay? I'm going to just do that a little bit longer. Then I want to move it along for the video. Now the next thing that you're going to be putting in is the dry ingredients. And you're going to need 4 cups of flour. And then I think it's going to be faster if I do it this way than individually. I'm going to put my teaspoon of baking soda into my flour. You're also going to be putting a teaspoon of cream of tartar. Okay? And then with my spoon, I'm just lightly stirring that together. And now I'm going to start putting the dry into the wet, and I'm just going to put some small amounts here to get going and start blending it in. Just a little at a time. Now what you're also going to be putting in is vanilla, and it's 1 teaspoon, but I like to hold back a little bit till this mixture becomes, a bit dry and coarse. And then that's when I like to put my vanilla in. That was 1 teaspoon. And again, let's put some more flour in and beat it in. And we're almost done. I'm going to raise my speed a little bit. Okay, and we still have a little bit more to go, so let's get that in and get that going. There we go. And let's just finish beating it. This recipe is relatively pretty fast to put together, which I like. I just want to kind of get on the sides here of my mixing bowl where it tends to stick. Okay. Now, the last thing that you're going to be putting in, and you can put it in by hand or in your mixer. I don't beat it too long because I don't want to break up the morsels, but I'm putting in 1 cup of butterscotch morsels in. Now, if you want to put in nuts, I would suggest to put in a cup of chopped nuts. They can be peanuts or walnuts, whatever that you prefer. But I'm leaving the nuts out today, and I just want to get my paddle off here. Take my excess off. There we go. Okay, I'll set that aside, and then I can show you what the cookie dough looks like. Okay, and there we go. You can see that and all those nice, pretty morsels, butterscotch morsels. Now, you're going to need, of course, a cookie pan or cookie sheet, whatever you prefer to call it. Don't forget, lightly spray it or use your parchment paper for that. I'm going to use a small scoop, and they are going to spread out a little bit, so put them at least a couple inches apart on your cookie tray. Now you're going to bake these at 350 degrees, and they could take you anywhere from, well, 8 minutes to even 15 minutes. So you're going to have to start watching them closely, because as you know, all our ovens set up so differently, that type of thing. You don't want them to get too brown on the top, because you might find that the cookie comes out a little bit too dry for you. So do check on them frequently. Let me rinse my hands real quickly, because I'd like to show you what these cookies look like once they are baked up. And here they are. They really come out a nice, tall, good sized cookie. When you can see, I hope you can see anyway, the tops where you can see all those morsels just popping through the top, and then you have a nice golden brown on the bottom. And let me break into one so I can try to describe to you what they are. They are a semi-moist cookie, but they have that chew to them when you bite into them. But they literally just melt in your mouth. They are a great tasting little cookie, really easy, quick to put together. I hope you like this recipe, and if you do, well, leave a comment, because I'd like to hear from you. And as always, I want to thank you for watching Diane Lovetobake, and please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you soon.